taking an object from the rubble that you know would be sent to the landfill, to me is also very much similar to taking a photograph, and very much becomes a part of my artistic process of being able to capture something that you know will change. My name is Justin Hui. I'm an architect, and I like to use photography as a way to look at issues that I find very interesting. So it was in early 2020, during the pandemic, that I would go up north a lot to the near the border areas in the new territories, the northern metropolis, which is a government plan to turn the northern area into a large metropolis near the border of Shenzhen. And so it was very obvious from the start that this was a place that was changing very quickly. This used to be all village homes, literally. So it used to be a lot of trees, a lot of vegetation. It's all been cleared out now. One time I visited, it would be like villages and shrubbery. And now, sometimes the next time I come back, it might be like completely flattened and different. I would spend a lot of time in the villages that were either abandoned or in the process of being demolished. And I would notice that a lot of people were on site to find art, hardware or objects that they could then resell in the gray market. So that gave me the idea that maybe I should also then look for objects that I found meaningful. I found the sculpture of a home. And what's amazing about the sculpture is that it literally looks like the home that I found it in. All these different clocks that I collected from each different space, each stopping at a different time. It's as if time has entirely stopped the moment the farmer or villager had left. The reason why I like this calendar so much is because it tells you the exact day in which the farmer had left his home. In a way, you can always tell when a space has been abandoned through these objects in the form of an image that can then ask broader themes and questions about territory, land, memories, and not just the objects that we decide to keep, but also the objects that we decide to leave behind. From here, you know that a girl once lived here, and you can tell because of the documents, the school homework and diaries that have been left behind here. And you can tell her age, you can tell what she was into with the diaries that she left behind. And you know, this was the bunk bed that she used to sleep on. And in this window, it overlooks the Shenzhen skyline. I imagine myself as if I'm someone from the future, transported back into time to tell someone who used to live here, hey, look, you wouldn't imagine this, but 30 to 40 years from now, this view that you look out to, which is just simply farming fields, would then blossom into this skyline, which we understand to be Shenzhen. Perhaps meeting the ghosts of, or the absence of those who used to be here, that I feel like there's this connection between me and this person who used to be here, even though I never met this person, but through the objects in which they have left behind. Perhaps these threads of connections between me and the absence of the person who used to live here, or between the present and the past. A lot of the land here is used for farming, so there's a very strong agricultural industry that can be found all across this area, which I think will be eroded as the northern metropolis or new development takes place. I think right now, yes, development will happen, and I'm not opposed to it, but that's not to say that we can't embrace the unique qualities that make the North so different. If what gets developed here is no different than, say, what has been developed in Hong Kong already, simply for the sake of fulfilling more land supply or housing units, then I think this is a very big missed opportunity to really embrace something that is truly visionary and that will move Hong Kong forward in a way that is more equitable for everyone. Having been born in the US, but having lived in many different parts of the world between Hong Kong and the US and elsewhere, I feel like I'm someone who never really feels like I'm at home in any one place. And I could never say I would truly understand what home means for the farmer who had to leave his or her home. It's my embrace of the unfamiliar that also then brings me to these places in the first place. Perhaps I don't have a home, so maybe I'm trying to find the meaning of home in other homes